Does anyone else sometimes feel like it's selfish to bring a daughter into the world?
Put a finger down if you once dated a man that recently came out of a traumatizing relationship that almost led to marriage. According to him, his ex-fiancée was very lazy and laid back.
What do men really want? Even if you give them your second kidney when they are dying, huh? Does not mean they're going to be yours alone. And that is it. That is one thing women should learn. There is nothing you want to do. Most of the time, women see other women as competition. Okay, your ex didn't do this for you. Or I have to do this because your ex didn't do this so that he can love me more than his ex. Oh, he likes women that don't do this. Oh, definitely, I'm not going to. Everything you're going to do just because you're doing it for this man cannot keep that man. It cannot keep that man. We are talking about two things in today's video, and I saw a lady also talking about how she feels like it's going to be selfish for her to bring a daughter into this world. That she really wants to be a mom, daughter, but then it's going to be selfish for her because of you guys. The world is dangerous for we women nowadays. Is getting more dangerous. Not like it has never been dangerous. It's getting more dangerous, and bringing girls to this world, is it actually safe, right? So let me roll this video, the first one, which is a woman talking about ex, and we'll talk about it before the other video.
Put a finger down if you once dated a man that recently came out of a traumatizing relationship that almost led to marriage. According to him, his ex-fiancée was very lazy and laid back, refused to work, always nags him for money. That according to him, the ex-fiancée is worse than the devil. Gave him a lot of headaches, a lot of heartaches, that he had to literally run out of the relationship because he was going broke from providing for her every need. His ex-fiancée wouldn't be able to buy her underwear without asking him for money, wouldn't be able to make her hair without asking him for money, wouldn't be able to cough without asking him for money. He saw himself financially going down. He had to leave the relationship. And to you, you felt like, oh, this traumatized person is like a project. I'm going to work on them and I'm going to fix them and make them realize that my gender is not as traumatizing as it thinks. And you began the journey with him. Normally, you're not a laid-back person, but you decided to triple your hustle so you can support your man and show him that you're different from his ex-fiancée. You took a lot of courses, a lot of projects, always there for him, advising him mentally, spiritually, praying for him, trying to make sure that he understands that you are nothing like his ex-fiancée. And he keeps praising you. Oh, you're so different. Oh, my ex-fiancée would have done this, but you do it differently. Oh, you're so supportive. Oh, you're this, da 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 da. But you notice that the more you pray and support him, the more he goes after other girls. He has over 50 pornography on his movie. He's addicted to porn to the extent that you're almost thinking that he's a sex addict. And when you ask him why he has so much porn on his phone, he said it's a way to relax, but it doesn't just feel right with you. You've actually caught him trying to buy sex a lot of time, trying to patronize sex workers, and when you ask him or confront him, he says that it's not what you think. He goes along to gaslight and manipulate you, and you still trying so hard to be his peace, thinking that he's a project that you can work on. You try to sit him down, trying to fix him, try to talk to him, and then he tells you, oh, you're so different. My ex-fiancée would have brought the roof down, but look at you here, trying to calm the whole thing, trying to talk to me, trying to understand me, not trying to judge me. And you feel like, oh, actually, I'm trying to fix this person. I'm doing things differently. It might work. But the more you try to understand and reason with him, the more he tries to cheat on you. At some point, he claims that he was going to see a therapist to know why he always sabotages every good thing in his life, because apparently he's a serial cheater, right? And he was like, okay, fine, this person is trying to get things or do things right and get himself fixed. But then he goes to the therapist, and the therapist convinces him that having a lot of porn on his phone is actually not an issue, that he has never seen a problem with anybody that is actually in a relationship having a lot of porn on their phone, that he should carry on, and he carries on. So for every time you catch him trying to do something sinister, he gets smarter and smarter and smarter and keeps promising you that he's going to change. But for every time you catch him, he just gets smarter and smarter. You keep supporting him. hoping that okay, it's not perfect, he has faults, everyone have issues. You keep praying for him. At some point, you even borrow him money if he needs, give him emotional support, emotional advice, financial support whenever he needs it. At some point, he was trying to get a new job, right? And eventually he landed himself a good job, double salary than what he was earning. Guess what he did? He went right back to his ex that was traumatizing him. Yeah, that's me. But however, the good thing is you are getting the bag as well. So my question remains, what do men really want? If you actually know that answer, I would really like to know. Put it in the comment section.
There's nothing you can do to keep a man. There's nothing you can do to actually make a man stay with you. There's nothing you can do to make him want you alone. I don't know how to emphasize this enough, and I'll keep talking about it because some women do not even understand it. Some women actually think that there's a way they can keep men. Some women actually think that, oh, if I please him, if he tell me whatever he wants, I do it. If he tells me don't do this and I don't do that, don't do this, if I kind of, stop some things for him, maybe it's going to change. Or some guys might even come ahead and come and meet you and say, these are the reasons why I have not changed. And if you can help me to get to the certain stage, you're going to help them and they will still not change. That is one thing I feel like women should learn. And I kind of brought this video up here for some people that are still struggling with it because I know that it's not easy, right? Some people still feel like they can change men, they can change a man and how they behave. They can do things to make them behave a certain way. You can't, okay? The only thing you can do is behave like them. You just have to behave like them. I feel like that's the only one I can approve. Just behave like whatever they do to you, do to them. Like, act like a man. That's just think like a man, right? Think like them, act like them. And your relationship will be perfect because they'll be the one chasing you. They'll be the one all over you. They'll be the one wondering, like, why is she not doing the things women are supposed to do? And that should not fear you and making you feel like, oh, if you don't do the things women are supposed to do, it's going to allow them to go out there. Let them go, right? Let them go because they will still go eventually, even if you don't do them or if you do them.
This how you gonna keep a man, sis. You cook for him. You clean for him. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you put your best outfit on. Make sure you keep your hair did, your makeup did. Keep your body together. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you let him do what the fuck he want to do. You know what I'm saying? You don't back talk. You don't go through his phone. You let him stay out all hours of the night. You let that man do what he want to do when he want to do it. You feel me? You see how fucking stupid I sounded? This is why you be listening to bitches on the internet. You can do all that shit. That man still gonna cheat on your motherfucking ass. Fuck.
Let me roll the second video for you also. We're talking about bringing a daughter into this world. Every day, I'm not kidding. Every day I open my TikTok app because I am always on TikTok more than YouTube. I only come to YouTube to upload and watch few videos. I am always on TikTok. Always on TikTok. There's no day I don't open my TikTok app. So any day I open my TikTok app and I'm watching video, I'm scrolling, there is no time I am not going to see SA story, graping. There's no way I'm not going to see videos about grape, a man unalive, his girlfriend, his wife, man cheating, like something just to hurt women. Like women are going through a lot, there's no day, there's no time. There's no time I don't see those kind of videos. I see them a lot, okay? Imagine seeing all those kind of things and you're having the urge to get pregnant and still have daughters. What do you think is going to happen to your children or your daughters, right? Anyways, let me roll this video for you all to watch to the end and I'll share my thoughts at the end of the video.
Does anyone else sometimes feel like it's selfish to bring a daughter into the world? Like bringing her into the world knowing that more likely than not, she will be a victim of male violence and suffer at the hands of the patriarchy. And there's quite literally nothing you can do about it. And she'll have to like fight a million times harder just to be seen as a human being. and to be seen as worthy outside of her connection to men, and knowing that they will more likely than not have to experience so much that comes with living in like a violently misogynistic society. And it just feels so deeply selfish, because I know that as time goes on, this world is getting even more like violent when it comes to misogyny, and like the denial that comes with it and the lack of attention that comes to it is very like, it's sickening. It's sickening. And I just cannot like think of one reason that isn't selfish to want to bring one into the world. And I'm not saying that women that have daughters are selfish. It's just like, as someone that has started to question if I want to have kids or not, I just feel like, do I want to give the patriarchy another victim? And I know that women are strong and we can do so many different things with our lives. And that it is not, like, we can still have good lives to some extent, but I just know that, like, she will more likely than not be victimized by one of them. Ooh, that was a lot. But it makes me sad, and also I've kind of started to mourn, like, that reality, because I just don't think I could live with myself, like, if that happened to her, because it's like every single girl has a story. Like, if she doesn't have one now, she will probably have one at some point, or she probably doesn't realize that the things that happened to her before were harassment or assault or any of that. And it just breaks me, because I really wanted to be a girl mom. Like, I was gonna make that my entire personality trait, but I don't think the world is good enough for what I would want for my daughter. I don't think the schools are good enough. I don't think the prospective partners are good enough. I don't think that society values young girls enough for me to want to push one out and bring them into the world, knowing that her rights can be taken at any point and rights can continue to be withheld, and also that people will not be held accountable for hurting her. Like, all of that just makes me think, and it doesn't make me think it would be good to have one. Like, I don't want to give you guys another victim. I don't want to feed her to the wolves. And no matter how much she is protected and loved, you cannot be a girl or a woman in this world and not face the side effects, the consequences of male violence and what men are able to get away with in the society, because they don't value women and girls. And I love my non-existent daughter, and I'm like, how can I bring her into a world that I know will make it as hard as possible for her? How do I reconcile with that? How do I, like, I know no parent has any sort of guarantees with anything, but I can pretty much guarantee that there will be a day where a man violates her. There will be a moment where she's treated, many moments where her body is treated like public property for people to comment on and to write legislation on. And I just don't think our world has progressed enough for me to feel like in good faith I can do that. And then with a son, that's a whole other conversation, but I don't want that. So it's just, I've kind of just started to accept that for many other reasons, like the stuff on the list that girl has. I don't think that that's what's meant for me. And I don't think that I can do that in good faith. I think that feminism and the way that the world treats women and girls has far too long to go for me to be able to convince myself that that's a good idea. But yeah, I did want to be a mom. I did. But I also am okay with not being one, potentially, because I don't want I don't want people to think that I'm more valuable because I'm a mom, or like, I don't want how people see me to be affected because I become a mom. And moms are amazing, and I think that it's the most important job in the entire world. And it's so cool, and I commend mothers so much. I love my own very much. But I don't want people to see woman. I don't want them to see mom first. Like, obviously they're going to see woman first, but I don't want them to see mom first. I don't want them to see that, like, oh, she has value because she's a mom, or she doesn't have value because she's a mom, or any of that. Like, I just want to be woman, and I want to accomplish everything as a woman and as a human, instead of that. And I want to have the ability to show other girls that you don't need to have kids. You don't need to be what the patriarchy says a woman needs to be for you to have value and for you to have a good, happy life. You can be the woman with the cats that travels and lives her life for her and not for crotch demons. But I love kids and I love moms, and I know people are going to take this personally and project, but I'm really just talking about my own feelings, my own perspective, and like if you can relate to it, then let me know. But I don't know why I did that, like it's YouTube. I love you, bye.
It's not better to just stay child free. It's not better to just I just feel like everybody should just stop giving birth, because things are getting scary everywhere. It is not just where you are. It is not just where I am. It is everywhere. Everywhere. And I just thank God for social media, because all these things you will not even know is everywhere. Sometimes you think it's just only your space. It is not. Currently now, everybody's talking about Donald Trump entering, being the president of the United States. Here in Nigeria, our president is showing us pepe, like serious pepe. From one, like there's always updates, news that doesn't favor us. Increase on every single thing. So I don't think this is a time for women to get pregnant and have kids. I'm not saying if you want to, don't do it, but if you already have, why don't you calm down, right? And I don't think this is a time for women to want to, when you want to bring a child to this world, you be like, oh, I want my child to be this, I want my child to be that. The way the world is going, I don't think there's any plan you can have for your child right now, because you don't know what's going to happen in the next month. You don't know what's going to happen in the next year. So this period, these times are very scary and very dangerous. And I just wish I can just stay child free and, try to see how we can navigate the whole thing, because everything is just in confusion. Everything is just it's not going the way we planned it. It's not going the way it's going to actually favor us, especially we women. So still putting your life at risk and still going into those stage so that you can actually bet another lady that is still going to be that's still going to repeat the same thing that has happened to you. It's crazy. Really, it's actually crazy. What is your take on this video? Kindly share your thoughts down in the comment section. And thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.